Welcome, my 10 full hatters. This video is not for kids as it is news. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. There is no cussing, there is no cursing. And let's just get into it. So, the news has been insane. I want to say last week, Johnny Depp beat Amber Heard in the 1-2 punch of his case against her. And the hashtag MePoof movement happened. Now, the situation with Johnny Depp was he was getting hurt in Hollywood. He was getting blackballed by everyone around him because of the statements that Amber Heard had made. And Amber Heard had went out of her way. She's abusive. She she had a female partner that she assaulted, but no one really got into that. And the situation with Johnny Depp finally has been a win because there are men who are stuck in abusive relationships with women. Now, everyone's going to say, no, shut up. This is some serious freaking things that are happening. And what happened with Johnny Depp goes to highlight to show you that we live in a society that things need to change. You have psychopaths running it. All right. Now, out of all the things I've asked based upon the trial and all this, if someone can do a meme about Amber Heard and R. Kelly, that would be funny. I know I made mention about I'm thinking, the greatest of all time, Dave Chappell. Now, with Dave Chappell, something did happen. Crazed lunatic went up to attack Dave Chappell. The hatred from, I guess, the alphabet community, which I'm not going to call the LGBT community, I'm going to call it the Q plus sickos, are trying to attack Dave Chappelle. And they went up and attacked him, and it's like, whoa, that's not cool. Everyone's like, well, Will Smith hit Chris Rock. That wasn't cool either. That crosses a line. Attacking comedians is the sign of a fall of an empire. So let's get into this. This whole situation, he got attacked, but like a goat, he continued to make jokes. And he was followed by Chris Rock going, was that Will Smith? And Jamie Foxx showed up. Jamie Foxx, musician, comedian, great all-around actor. But, man, the jokes were epic. And this happened at the Hollywood Bowl. So, to everybody who doesn't know, we're having a bad situation where comedians are getting attacked by political lunatics. These commie sympathizers, and these people are just tools for the Communist Party. We got to put a foot in their butts. Because it's getting really bad. So bad, in fact, that comedy and as well as free speech is under threat. The Biden administration, violating all constitutional amendments, have finally announced that they're going to go ahead and set up a board for disinformation. And it's ran by a woman whose last name is a Slavic name. I'm sorry, but I think after this whole situation with the Democrats, I don't trust anything that has a Democrat name attached to it. If it's a woman of color says, I'm a Democrat, I'm not trusting it. It's a bad time. If it's a woman whose last name that starts with whose last name ends with a ski or a Vic or some sort of Russian thing, I'm definitely not trusting it. Here's the problem. The Board of Misinformation on the useless Department of Homeland Security, who should be doing their jobs like, investigating the many food processing plants across the United States that are just magically catching on fire while leaving our borders open, needs to be investigated big time. But they're not doing squat. They're sitting on their ass and they're talking about, how do we police free speech? And I know people are like, well, you just got to know. We're already having food shortages. This is a serious situation. I just hope somebody like Ron DeSantis or Greg Abbott says, you know what? We're sending in military troops into liberal states that crime rates have gotten out of control. And we're going after these guys. We're done with this. I hope Idaho sends in their National Guard to take out Portland Antifa because they're out of control. The bikers like the Gypsy Jokers. Portland Antifa went up on the Gypsy Jokers and they thought they were tough, but it's like, you're going to fight up against an outlaw gang? All right, cool. I don't know if you've ever been in a gunfight. These guys have. And what do the Gypsy Jokers do? They put 4 in the hospital and 1 in the morgue because the Gypsy Jokers are hardcore. They're micro MCs that don't take crap. But outside of that, just going back to my original statement, the problem with our Department of Homeland Security, they don't know they're putting somebody in charge that continued with the Russian hoax, that continued to silence people on the whole Hunter Biden situation. And the problem with this president, he said, and he has no problem of getting rid of your constitutional rights by saying no constitutional amendment is absolute. So this board of the Ministry of, let's call it the Ministry of Truth, because it's really what it is trying to come up here, and it's going to start a massive war. And with that, other things came out. This is all because Elon Musk bought up Twitter. Elon Musk, since he bought up Twitter, had the Democrats even further worried because he found evidence of supposed crimes that have occurred within Twitter. Spreading false information on behalf of CNN, censoring conservatives. And so he blocked the people who were doing it. And then a new independent study at the same time came out, found out that the tech company was lying about how much money they were making, and they were lying to their shareholders. And let me tell you, this gets even worse. Facebook isn't making that much money, and they're lying to their shareholders. Google got caught doing a lot of censorship. So much so that they've made Republican emails show up on your Google Gmail to be spam. Furthermore, they've included a spell check that corrects your documents to the preferred language. Yeah, it gets really bad that Google's going that far. And because they went that far, it's gotten the attention of a lot of people. Now, Elon Musk has been summoned to the Senate for a briefing. But unlike the former heads Jack Dorsey and, head of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and the head of Google, Elon Musk is going to probably meme the shit out of these guys, meme the living daylights out of these people, and just show all of what they're saying. Like, you said this, you remember this? I have this. I have all your information you don't want getting out to the public. And all those politicians are going to be going, uh-oh. And literally, they're messing with the real-life Iron Man. There's only one way to explain it. I'm sorry. He was usually kind of in between, kind of left of center. Now suddenly he's on the right. He's got, and people are like, why does Trump fans and all these people like him? Because Elon Musk is a comedy person. He loves to troll. And on top of that, he's a good human being that's super smart, making rockets that work, scaring our enemies, making Starlink. And let me tell you, they're going to try to hurt Elon, but everybody in the United States who is, Trump supporters are easily buying up Elon Musk stuff. Whether it be an electric car that's self-driving and can, prevent you from getting a DUI or going home with a troll under a bridge, to, Starlink, which is keeping your information, encrypted and just being off the grid. Yeah, they'll go ahead and go for it. The fact that Elon supports free speech and he supports conservative views is the reason why people are going to go for him, because we need that. Now, because that, going back into where we talk about Twitter and all that with the fiduciary situation, Disney is getting ratioed. This time they're being attacked not by Florida, but by their shareholders who are asking questions. Hey, Disney, what the hell? Stop promoting this woke stuff. We're losing money. And the calls are getting more aggressive and more violent. And it's like, I think the executives on the board of Disney are about to lose their jobs. The shareholders are not happy. They're going to sue the board members. These people are like, we had to push all this woke stuff. They're about to get destroyed. People are like, I can't believe Disney World lost its autonomy to self-govern in Florida. I can't believe Disney was skipping paying taxes. That's right. I'll use your lefty arguments against you, because I'm done with this. Now, with that all being said, of the insane stuff that's going on with the left, hate to talk about the issue of abortion, but I'll just be going ahead. Here's my stance on the whole situation. I was generally neutral because there's some major stuff where abortion should be given, And I was also against people who who should not have that choice. All right. But these people are saying, we need to have the right to have a right to choice. How dare? These are the same people who, when I said, hey, don't I have a right to choice when it comes to putting a vaccine in my body? And they said, no, it's different. I'm going to say this. My body, my choice, right? If you're going to be saying that, when it comes to the vaccine, it's supposed to be my body, my choice. Instead, the government was forcing it on us. And if you didn't support me on this whole situation of, stopping a forced vaccine, then I don't support your choice. No offense, but you didn't back me. Now you reap what you sow. You chose the government over people who would have easily supported you. You made the wrong choice. Because you made the wrong choice, instead of backing us who are against Pfizer's messed up vaccine, I'm going to go ahead and support the pro-lifers. Not trying to be a jerk. Oh, and before you tell me that you don't understand what Planned Parenthood is, I'm going to tell you something about Planned Parenthood. It was created to do one thing: keep people who are black and Hispanic from having kids. They don't like black and brown people, the person who created it, and she wanted to make sure the people who are black and brown didn't overpopulate. Yeah, the person who started Planned Parenthood was a racist woman. She didn't like black people having kids. She didn't like brown people having kids. And she figured the best way is to prevent them from having kids, to keep the population down. If you haven't figured this one out, this is going to blow your lefty mind. Look it up. You'll be quite fond of finding out. Now, I am not against the idea of passing out contraceptives, passing out health and resources that women need, such as STD screening. I'm all for that. What I am against is the decision of abortion being taken lightly and made lightly. Now, if a woman under certain circumstances of, that such as it could be detrimental to her health or something like, say, incest and rape, I think they should have that right. But a woman who's constantly partying around, not using condoms, not being responsible, I'm sorry. You need to have a kid to stop you from doing something way worse. When it comes down to your health, women, act like adults. Don't act like little girls. You have a choice to get a condom and a contraceptive. There is no excuse. I don't want to hear this, but no. You have a right. You have to act like an adult. Be a responsible adult. Men aren't marrying little girls. You know why a lot of men are not getting married? Because the modern woman acts like a little girl. And I'm going to be dead serious. This is from a male perspective. You're going to get ratioed. We don't want that bad bee. The one that's constantly cheating. And some men who are organized crime will take that lady out with a bullet. We're not putting up with it because the sign of a snitch is someone who commits infidelity. I'm giving you real facts, real truths. It comes down to this. If you're an adult, wear a condom. Be responsible. I'm a male. I practice safely. Why? Because I don't want an STD. Why? Because I don't want to just have an unwanted pregnancy. If I want to get somebody pregnant and they want to get pregnant, want to have a couple in a relationship and raise a family, I want to make it a choice. Wear a condom, right? Now, I see a lot of men out there who are like, oh, I support a right to choose. I can guarantee a majority of those men are probably going to be most likely a candidate for absentee fathers. I know, not saying all. I said a majority are most likely a candidate to be an absentee father. Do not get with those guys. They're not responsible. And I'm just going to be honest. If you go off talking about I'm a strong, independent woman, and I ask you a question, where do you want to eat? And you can't make up your mind, obviously you're not that strong and independent. There's a lot of tell signs that will show people who you are. And if you're going to say something or claim to be part of something, you're going to have to live up to what you say and claim to be. Because this world is going to hunt down hypocrites. Me, I claim one thing. I am not perfect. I am not great. I am not the best. Even if I'm smarter than a lot of people, I'm not going to say that, oh, I'm super smart. Because that leads me to become arrogant, incompetent, and not paying attention to what's really going on. I like to stay focused of what's around me. I don't want to be dismissive of someone's feelings or hurtful. Now, I know I probably said some stuff about the abortion thing that may offend people, but hey, it's an opinion. It's an asshole. It's not like I'm going to sit there and try to force my beliefs. The situation with Roe versus Wade being overturned, I understand it. Now, women going across other states and doing it, states punishing it, I think there should be a look upon that and see if that can actually be done. Because I'm looking at that whole situation, I'm kind of like, what was the situation involved and what does it cause? And I'll just be honest. Women, if you want to go and do your party thing, you better wear a condom. You better start doing contraceptive stuff. And on top of that, you need to really think about the type of guys you date. All right. I always hated hearing ladies who say, shorty want to get with a thug. And it turns out that person who's a thug turns out to be a child molester. And those kids get touched. And I don't know what the F is going on with that, but if you're friends with a woman who thinks like that, is doing that kind of stuff, you need to burn her as soon as possible. We have a human trafficking problem in this country because of it. I could tell you horror stories of where women have gotten the kids and the kids have gotten neglected. Men are not going to get married to you if they have kids with you, and you're going to neglect those kids. And even worse, those kids get sold into human trafficking. This is some serious stuff. So if you're wondering why I say some of the stuff I do, it's because I've seen some messed up things. And I don't care for this fake Hollywood bullshit. I don't care for the people like The View because they're stupid. I mean, incredibly dumb. They wouldn't know their head from their butt if it was showed to their face. They couldn't understand how math works. You got Joy Reid, who was a selfish moron, talking about, the war in Ukraine's going to ruin my plans to going to Europe and Italy. I'm like, I thought your face was going to do that. Your word's going to ruin your plans for Europe. Try the fact that it could get nuclear, The whole situation in Ukraine and Russia had everyone worried because we don't know if Russia's going to fire nukes. That's what scares people. We don't care about your vacation habits, but I'll probably go off on a tangent. I hope I didn't offend anyone. If I do, I apologize, but I'm not sitting here trying to push anything else. If you're a tinfoil hatter, we have everything we can to do what's right, what's good, and take care of the people around us and try to make a difference. To give you an example, if I run into a person who is having a hard time speaking English in the United States, I will take my cell phone, learn part of their language, work with them, and try to teach them English. I also don't like it when people don't speak in their accent. If they have an accent and they're trying to hide their accent, I let them speak in their accent because at least they feel comfortable and relaxed. That's a thing I can't stand. If you're afraid to speak with your accent, I don't know why. But if you speak to me and I hear your accent and you feel comfortable, I know that, hey, that's you, that's who you are. I'm fine with it. I would like to be able to understand you, though. So there's that. But there's so much stuff you can do. Me, I'm going to City Hall trying to find out why the council is selling our park. The other things I'm doing is I'm going online. I'm asking people how their day are going. Just literally helping people out. One lady, she forgot her bag going inside a store. I gave her a bag and I gave her a pen so she could write out a list. And man, she was having a bad day. There are people out there that are having a bad day. All you have to do is take the time to talk, ask, and listen. So if you're my tinfoil hat community, don't commit any crimes. Go out and do positive things, do legal things, and definitely help people out when they need it. So take care. We could be the change for good, and we don't need to let the world control our lives.